beautiful morning in the garden. Today we'll look over the gardens, take out some potato pest, harvest our garlic, plant corn, transform this bed to this with free mulch. The garden's so pretty this morning. I just wanted to come out and take pictures of the elderberry blooms, the monarda, the echinacea. Sweet potatoes are growing good. The rest of the garden's coming along good. Birds are singing. It's just beautiful, even though it is cloudy and cool. The squash are growing very well, starting to get little squash on them. And the tomatoes are coming along good. I've staked those up. Peppers have been a little bit slower, but they're coming along. And then here I have some more tomatoes. These are an heirloom called Brandywine. And there's a comfrey that draws beneficial insects. And cucumbers. I got my first cucumber today. And here are more potatoes that have potato bugs that I'm going to be taking off in a few minutes. And more peppers with peas and beans around them. And watermelon and sunflowers. A few beans. A few cantaloupe. More watermelon and sunflowers. And then a few okra. So in order to get them off, I just take and knock them in a bucket of soapy water, and that will take care of them. Okay, this morning I'm harvesting garlic that I planted about last October or November, and it's ready to get out of the ground, so that's what I'm working on this morning. See lots of earthworms along with the garlic, and I'm also trying to get out some of the weeds as I clean out the garlic. More exercise and vitamin D from the sun. Working out in the hot sunshine makes you really appreciate the shade and a cool breeze. Now here's the garlic harvest. This is 2/3 of it. I still have a third that I'll get out tomorrow. I got tired today, so I'm not doing it all today. Now I'm going to let these air out here for several hours. Then I'll clean the roots off and trim them and cut the tops off, and then move them to another place to dry out. This morning I had 100 corn plants ready to plant, and I'm working on the last flat now. I just loosen the roots so they don't get bound up in the soil. And even though it's supposed to get up to 90 degrees today, the soil is still nice and cool and has earthworms in it, and it's moist because it's been covered with mulch and protected from the heat of the sun. Once these are in the ground, I will water them really well with water, and then the soil should hold the moisture very well with the mulch on top. We've gardened for more than 30 years, and there's always something new to learn. In the past, we tried sprinkling the garden with a sprinkler on a stand, and that was convenient. You could just sit it up and let it sprinkle, but it was a huge waste of water, didn't water the soil well, used a lot of water, a lot of it evaporated into the air. So now I find it much more efficient to just do the hand watering myself. We have set up drip irrigation in the past, which puts water directly into the soil. But now if I hand water, I can pick up weeds along the way. I can see what insects are in the garden. I can see how the plants are growing. So I've learned that that works better for me now. This is just behind the corn patch that I was working on planting, and you can see the potatoes have grown very well. I have not added any fertilizer to them this year, and you can see to the left of the potato bed that there are some little short weeds growing, finding out on the ground. They also act as a ground cover. So I'm experimenting with letting some things like that grow as a ground cover. Now to the left of that, I planted some Health Kick tomatoes this week. Those are the ones that I like to use for tomato sauce. So far they're getting off to a good start. I've watered them in, mulched them again with hay, and this is the tomato bed that I prepared last January that I also made a video on. Last fall I planted wheat and crimson clover in this bed. Today I'm going to cut it down and let the residue lay on top of the soil as a mulch. We have raked up several piles of grass from mowing the yard that I intend to take and spread in the garden for mulch. Now you can see this bed after I put the grass clippings on it. Thank you for visiting our farm today. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe.